see Miss Bennet.
Miss Bennet!
Miss Bennet. A report of the most alarming nature reached me 2 days ago. I was told that you, Miss Elizabeth Bennet, would, in all likelihood, soon afterwards be united with my nephew, Mr. Darcy. Though I know it must be a scandalous falsehood, I insisted upon having such a report universally contradicted. Has he, my nephew, made you an offer of marriage?
Your ladyship has declared it to be impossible.
It ought to be so, but your arts and allurements may, in a moment of infatuation, have made him forget what he owes to himself and to all of his family.
If I have, I shall be the last person to confess it.
Miss Bennet, do you not know who I am? I have not been accustomed to such language as this. I am almost the nearest relation that he has in the world, and I am entitled to know his dearest concerns.
But you are not entitled to know mine, nor will such behavior as this ever induce me to be explicit.
Let me be rightly understood. This match, which you have the presumption to aspire, can never take place. No, never. Mr. Darcy is engaged to my daughter. While in their cradles, we planned their union, and now to be prevented by a young woman of inferior birth, of no importance in the world?
But what is that to me? This marriage's completion depends on others. If Mr. Darcy is neither by honor nor inclination confined to his cousin, why is not he to make another choice? And if I am that choice, why may not I accept him?
Because honor, decorum, prudence, nay, interest forbid it. If you willfully act against the inclinations of all, you will be censored, slighted, and despised by everyone connected with him. Your alliance will be a disgrace.
These are heavy misfortunes, but the wife of Mr. Darcy must have such extraordinary sources of happiness attached to her situation that she could not, upon the whole, have no cause to repine.
Obstinate, headstrong girl, I am ashamed of you. Hear me in silence. My daughter and Mr. Darcy are to be wed. They are formed for each other. They have descended from respectable, ancient, and honorable families. Their fortunes on both sides is splendid. And what is to divide them? The upstart pretensions of a young woman without family connections or fortune.
In marrying your nephew, I should not consider myself as quitting that sphere. He is a gentleman, I'm a gentleman's daughter. So far, we are equal.
True, you are a gentleman's daughter. But who was your mother? And your uncles and your aunts? Do not think me ignorant of your positions, young lady.
Whatever my connections may be, if your nephew does not object to them, they can be nothing to you.
Tell me once and for all, are you engaged to him?
I'm not.
And do you promise me never to enter into such an engagement?
I will make no promise of the kind.
Miss Bennet, I am shocked and astonished. I expected to come here and find a more respectable young woman. But do not deceive yourself into the belief that I will ever receive. I shall never quit my cause until you give me the approval that I desire.
And I certainly never shall give it. I'm not to be intimidated into anything so wholly unreasonable. Your ladyship wants Mr. Darcy to marry your daughter, but supposing him to be attached to me, would my refusing to accept his hand make him wish to bestow it on her? You have widely mistaken my character if you think I can be worked on by such persuasions as these. How far your nephew might approve of your interference in his affairs, I cannot tell, but you have certainly no right to concern yourself in mine. I must beg, therefore, to be importuned no further on the subject.
I am by no means done. To all these objections that I have already urged, I still have yet another to add. I am no strangers to the particulars of your youngest sister's infamous elopement. Patched up business, all at the expense of your fathers and uncles. Heaven and earth, of what are you thinking? Are the shades of Pemberley to be thus polluted?
You can now have nothing further to say. You have insulted me in every possible method. You know my sentiments.
So you are resolved to have him?
I have said no such thing. I'm only resolved to act in that manner which will, in my own, constitute my happiness, without reference to you or to any person so wholly unconnected with me.
And this is your real opinion? This is your final resolve? Very well. I shall now know how to act. I take my leave of you, Miss Bennet. I am most serious